Let's go to the Telegraph, page 4 there, Isabel.
Yes, let's start with that.
Well, I think this is important, not so much about the actual issue, which I know has been discussed a lot, a ridiculous article and ridiculous remark by whoever it was made. And I think both Angela Rayner and the Prime Minister have come out of it actually quite well, because they've both reacted in a way that's, similar. But what the Speaker has done, and I'm slightly disappointed in Lindsay Hoyle in this, he has summoned the editor of the news of the Mail on Sunday to come in and have a go at him and talk about it. And I think that's slightly worrying, first of all, because it sets a precedent, and who's going to decide what should be
reported on or not.
Yes, I'm very critical of a lot of the media, but I genuinely believe in a free press. And for example, there was something not quite recently, an awful cartoon in The Guardian of Priti Patel with a big ring in her nose. Now that was, in many ways, could be seen as just as bad as what was written. So once you start this, and I just don't understand why, I really don't want Lindsay Hoyle to go down the John Burker route.
No, of course, but I also, lots of people question the judgment of the editor of the Mail on Sunday for allowing this article to be written in this way, but also in accepting that summons. I mean, is it a legal requirement if the Speaker...
No, he hasn't been summoned.
Quite frankly, there's absolutely no circumstances under which I think he should be going.
I think he should, and I think the other editors and the other newspapers should support him in that.
Absolutely.
Not in the actual, the article. In a way, it's now becoming the sort of subplot.
Yeah, if you're offended by an article, then you can try and pressure and influence the newspaper editor.
Also, what disturbs me about this is the word unsubstantiated. So anybody can make a claim about something and then it gets headline news. So we don't even know if it happened.
But, it's happening more and more that the media report things by saying, a senior MP said... there's lots of senior MPs having a go at Boris, apparently, on the Tory party. Nobody's ever named. And more they use unattributable quotes from people. And I think sometimes that is necessary, but I just think it's becoming a wee bit too...
Exactly. And it becomes salacious. It becomes salacious gossip, really, that can be very destructive with nobody being pinned on nobody in particular. And that's my point. Unsubstantiated, it's not good enough. Who's doing the talking? Who's doing the leaking? OK, stand up and be counted.
Well, there are good reasons that journalists do allow anonymous sources, whether that can be whistleblowing, whether that can be victims talking about things that have happened to them, whatever it might be. And, you just have to hope that you've got editors with good judgment who are, regulating their journalists so that they're making those decisions. And all of us would assume that happens in the British press.
Sure.
But you're so right. I think it is a bit shocking when an MP can come out and make those sorts of claims and just own up to it.
And this is a sort of joke about, any backbench MP who perhaps has not had much publicity, if they say something, suddenly they become a senior politician.
The thing that amazes me is also, you say there's no evidence, whatever, but there is footage of Prime Minister's questions from last week. Yeah. And if anybody wants to see if there is evidence or not, surely it is there.
Well, yeah. Well, also,
or not there. I mean, there's footage. There's footage. If these claims were true, we would know if they're true or not true by looking at the footage.
Well, I mean, the Prime Minister, when he's sitting, he can't actually see.
You're right. I noticed that as well. He couldn't possibly see.
Well, except he can't see her legs when she's at the dispatch box. But if she's beside Keir Starmer, for example, but what's she being accused of crossing and uncrossing her legs? The footage will show that because people do that. Yeah, but the fact that she was a woman, that's deemed sexual.
But the crossing of legs, I mean, anyone can do cross your legs like that. But the inference is Basic Instinct, which is a film. If anyone who knows that film, that is a very... The inference is very, very naughty. Is what?
Yes, the inference. Yeah,
the inference is,
It's the inference, that makes the headline. Yeah. And I would like to point out at this stage that neither Kate Hoey or myself can cross our legs at all in any way.
Mine's the most comfortable position, the way I'm just sitting, but you're right, normally.
We have orthopaedic injuries.
Can I just say something? I was in Ghana recently and I met the Asantehene, and part of the culture there is that if you're meeting in that very formal situation, you must not cross your legs. And literally, we were told that over and over again. And I spent the 20 minutes before we waited to go into the audience, every few minutes I seemed to be crossing my legs, and we were all thinking, don't, you can't do that.
Yes.
Because it was seen as something that wasn't...
Well,
there'll be another scandal about you. So it will be Angela Rayner off the papers and you on the front.
When you get your hair cut, they tell you not to cross your legs because, and I'm forever going, oh gosh, sorry, because I just naturally just want to cross them back.
Why? Why?
Because it shifts your balance, so you tip some of your weight onto a different bottom cheek, and then your hair is when they're cutting it goes a different way.
I knew there's a reason.
No one has ever told me. No one.
Told you.
I knew there's a reason why I don't get my hair cut. I didn't want to cross my...
Oh, there you go. I can see it's a big problem getting the symmetry between Chris.
Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.